Hi, this is David with entry number 82, coming at you on Friday. Today, there may have been a Machiavellian play at my job. Like I said yesterday, my mentor teacher told me that today was the talent show. And alas, when I got to school, she said, "Oh, talent show's on Tuesday." So luckily I had pre-prepared just in case she had tried pulling something like this, and yeah, I was ready, but I'm pretty sure she tried to make me come to school unprepared, which is BS. So today was very good day though. I taught 3, 6, 5, which is, pretty fun. We made hand turkeys with grade 3, 6, and 5. We did a little Thanksgiving lesson. Went really well. That's okay. The highlight of the day was in the morning. I was going to go get some tape and then go to the bus. So I left at about 10:15, and on my walk I noticed there was a man coming at me, and he had his hand over his eyes. And I was like, what is going on here? Like, he was coming directly for me, and you could tell he was just, slitting his fingers just enough to see. I was like, who is that? Who's this guy? And all of a sudden, he's like 6 feet away from me, drops his hand, and it's the principal. And I was like, what is going on here? Like, I said, hello, how are you? And he was like, oh, me, drive. And then he kept going like this. And I was like, what's going on? And so I followed him, and we went to this store in Korea called Beanpole, which is kind of like, it's hard to describe. I guess the closest thing to it in the US would be something like J. Crew, or if you know, like Land's End, or it's nicer than LL Bean, but yeah, it's kind of that East Coast preppy West Coast American look, and it's definitely a Korean-owned company that's made to look American. One giveaway is the name Beanpole. No American or English-speaking company would call itself Beanpole. And 2, when you go inside, you can really tell that they're trying a little too hard to look Western. They have some very nice clothes though, I'll admit that. It's a very big store. It's like a flagship store kind of thing. Actually, no, it's not. It's just very big. 2 stories. Each story is probably about, I don't know, 2,000, well, I don't know. It's big though. Bigger than a typical mall would be. And on the top there's the men's section and a little bit of children's, and I was looking at coats with the principal, and he didn't find one, but I did find a nice camel hair coat that I may go back tomorrow and check it out. It's pretty cool little store though. So after principal could not find a coat, so we got in his car and we drove the back routes to get to school. Normally I go left and loop all the way around the countryside to get to school. What we did today was go right, and when you go right, you go past the Korea famous cafe called Terra Rosa, and the principal said, "Oh, David, coffee." And I was like, "Oh yeah, coffee." And he said, "Oh, you want coffee?" And I was like, "Yes, I'll have coffee." And he's like, "Oh, famous cafe." And I was like, "Oh, Terra Rosa." And he's like, "Oh yeah, Terra Rosa." And so we went up some back roads, and I don't know how I'm gonna find it again, but it's really cool. And we walked in, and I saw they had the fresh beans laid out, and I was just like, oh man, like, here we go. And I grabbed a bag of African beans because, I gotta get my African beans. And the principal had gone to sit down, and I was standing in the front still looking at the coffee, and he comes around and he's like, "Oh, David, you want?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm buying this for myself." And he's like, "Oh, no," and he takes it out of my hand, and I go, "No, give that back." And I kind of reach for it, he goes, "No," and I go, "Come on," and he goes, "No," and he bought me a bag of beans from Terrarosa, and it was really cool. We had a sit down. I had a cup of hand drip coffee. He had a cappuccino, beautiful, rosette, everything, and really awesome, really fun, and just a really cool experience. Such a cool cafe. Like, they've got the communal tables. It's all like wood and wrought iron, and really kind of down home, little grungy. They have a huge coffee roaster that looks like it could process like, I don't know, like maybe 800 pounds of beans at a time. Wicked, just absolutely wicked. And I'll definitely be trying to find it again. It's kind of way out in the countryside. It's a terrible location, to be honest. Like, it's not really a view or anything. It's just near some farms, in the middle of 2 farms. But they have they had a whole pastry kitchen and had really good sweets and stuff. And the beans are sourced from a single farm, which is pretty cool. Hamacho. Yeah, so that's really cool. I'm not exactly sure how they're... it's probably the same way the Americans do when they go, just get a translator. So overall, that was a really cool experience. From there, we went and he took me to the dam. It's kind of up in the hilly area, a little next to the school, and it's an irrigation dam for the farm. And that was pretty cool, very tranquil, very beautiful. There's like this huge ledge where the water from the dam falls down to the irrigation channels, and that was really cool. And then we went back to school. And so overall, this was a really cool experience, really good bonding time with the principal, and we'll treasure it because it was a very, very fun experience, to be honest. So that was my morning. So that's about it. So I'll talk to you tomorrow. I'm going to go see Catching Fire. Like I said, I bought my ticket yesterday, and it should be a good movie. So I'll talk to you tomorrow with my thoughts on that, and thanks for watching.